Hi, this is Ramu, Associate Professor, Department of CSC, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. In last class, we have seen strings. In this class, we are going to concentrate on function. What is a function? How we are going to use a functions and what is the purpose of the functions? We are going to discuss the today class. See, the function is a set of statements. It is going to work together. It's called as a function. Every program contains at least one function that is a main function. Please know this. Any kind of program is contains, any C program contains at least one function. That is a main function. Your program starts from main function. And main purpose of the functions. For example, you have received one project from bank. ATM is a project, right? You know, the ATM contains so many modules, and so many functionality. It is not possible complete the project with a single person, right? If you doesn't follow the functions, so you have to do entire task the sequentially, right? It is not a parallelly going to perform, right? See, for example, if you have a one, so for example, the total project contains 10,000 lines code. For example, see 10,000 lines of code you need to do the sequentially. It is not possible, right, in the real-time scenario. For example, if you divide the project into submodules like ATM contains so many modules, right? Withdraw, deposit, right? And balance check and password change. Like so many modules are there. If you divide these modules and you allocate to person 1, person 2, person 3, person 4, like that, and ask them to do simultaneously. After completion of the modules, you are going to just deploy into one place, then you will get the code. You will get the completion of the project earliest possible, right? And as well as if you get some kind of error in the withdraw, only you can check the withdraw function only. For example, if you withdraw 10,000, but it is going to give only 5,000, then there is a problem with the withdrawal function. Then you just ask the person P1, there is a problem in your code, try to check. For example, if it is a problem with the balance checking, then you ask the P3 person, check your code is wrong. It is easy to organize, right? And it reduces the time complexity, right? That is the main purpose of the functions. Functions are going to use it to reducing the complexity and as well as the reusability. If you write a one function, then you can use n number of ways. Is this clear? The main purpose of the function is the reusability and reducing the complexity. This is the two major solutions with the use of functions you're going to achieve. See, these are the advantages. The first thing is by using functions without rewriting the same code to avoid the rewriting of same code. Avoiding of rewriting the same code. If you write a function, you can call n number of times without worrying of the particular part of the code. So we'll see how to call and how to do that one. And next thing, we can call a C function any number of times. There is no limit, right? You can call any number of times. Next thing, we can track the large programs easily when it is divided into submodules. Just now I told you, if it is a code of 10,000 lines, it is tough to organize, it's tough to solve the problem. If you divide the submodules, then the process will get very easy, right? Next, reusability. Reusability is the main achievement. Means if you write a code once, you can use a number of times. This is the reducing the time complexity. And however, functions calling is always overhead, right? You need to call the particular code separately. This is the overhead. Please note this. One drawback is also there. Every coin has two sides, right? So these are the advantages, and one disadvantage is the calling of the function. See how the syntax or definition of the function. The definition of the function contains, see, return type. So what type of data you are going to return back to the main function or calling function, right? What kind of data? It is an integer data, or it is a character data, or it is a float data. What kind of data you are going to return? That will tell the return type. And Function name, you know that the function name is follows the same variable name rules. And parameters list, what data you are going to pass from the calling function, what data we're going to send from the calling function, as well as the body of the function, what kind of process you are going to do here, right? See, this is the, for example, int is a type, means you are going to return the int data, and this is the function name, max is the function name, and these are the parameters we're going to pass, one and two parameters, and this is the statements you need to return. And if you want to return a data, you should use return is a keyword, return of data. The data is the data here, the data should match with the return type. The data which you return is should match with the what type of data you are going to return, that should be matched. This is the definition of the function, please note this. And declaration, you may observe in the structure of C program, declaration section is there, right? There is a global declaration, global value above that declaration. This is the function declaration we're going to use, right? Here the declaration you need to use, function declaration tells the compiler about the function name and how to call them, right? See, it is a return type, what is the return type of the function, and function name, and the parameters list. See, int max, int num1, num2, and the like this. Semicolon. Function definition doesn't contain a semicolon, but function declaration contains a semicolon. Next, calling function. If you want to call the function definition, you should use max of 5, 6. Then it calls the particular function. It calls the particular function. Right? Is this clear? Now we're going to solve a small problem. Addition of two numbers. Addition of two numbers using functions. See here, addition of two numbers. First, I want to write the definition of the function. See, what is the function? Function is addition of two numbers. Means it is going to take the two arguments as an input and it performs addition and it sends back to the result to the main function. That is our task, right? So, what is the data type? Integer. Integer data type. And what is the function name? Add. And how many arguments is it going to take? Two arguments. Int A, comma, int B. Two arguments. Right? And definition. What is the purpose here? Int C. C equal to A plus B. Addition is performed. Next, I want to return the data back to the main function. Means return is a keyword. Return of C. C. The C is an integer type, right? I'm going to return the type is also here. The type is also integer. Please note this. Type is also integer and the data type, returning data is also integer. That should be matched. Is this clear? And next thing. Here I need to write the declaration. Declaration is same as it is. Int of add add, right? So int A, comma, int B. That's all. Now here you need to find the answer, right? So here int two variables A or X, whatever it may be, X comma 10, Y equal to 20 as your wish, right? And C comma C. C is a result storing, right? C equal to add of X comma Y and printf percentage D comma C. See here what happened. This is the declaration section is going to tell what is the function name and what is the return type and how many parameters you are going to pass, right? Here this is the actual arguments. Please note this. This is the actual arguments. These are the formal arguments. or dummy arguments also. Right? Here, when you pass this value, A value is X and B value is Y. After that, it performs A plus B and return back to the result. After this, it comes to here and send it to here. Then the value is stored at C value. What is the value? So 30 is stored at C. And it is going to print the C. Here, this is the tells to the computer, yes, the function is there. See, I'm going to execute this one. If you run this code, the result is 30. Is this clear? Is this clear? How it is going to perform? This is the step 1. After this, step 2 and step 3, and it comes to here. This is the step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. Again, this result to the step 8, step 9. This is the way. Right? This is the installation part by default. It is going to happen. Is this clear? This is the functions. Right? How to write a function. See, this function you can call n number of times. N number of times. Add off. If you use add off n number of times, it can call the n number of times that function. So this is the simple program. That is why we're going to show some heavy lines. But if you really plan for the big project like ATM projects, some real-time projects, definitely the modules are very, very useful. The debugging is also very easy when you write a functions. Right? Is this clear? This is the function definition and function declaration and function calling function. Right? And declaration contains a semicolon and calling function contains a semicolon. Definition doesn't contain a semicolon. That is very, very important. Don't use semicolon here. Don't use semicolon. See, if you use a semicolon, it's shown an error. Right? Is this clear? Don't use a semicolon. You should match the arguments also. For example, here you are going to do the 4 arguments, here 3 arguments, it will generate an error. You should match the arguments. Even for example, even if it doesn't mention anything also, just to tell you that what kind of data you're going to pass, that's all. It will work. Right? But if you don't mention here, then it will generate an error. Is this clear? This is the way you're going to perform a function. In the next class, we'll see various kinds of functions are available in a C language. Right? We'll see in the next class. Okay? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.